It wasn't until I started editing this video that I realized that the footage that I had shot that I was going to use at the beginning of the video was unusable. For that, I do apologize. I'll give you the Reader's Digest of what that was. I rewired the power cord and foot controller for this particular machine. You've seen me do that before. I'll do it again in another video, I am sure. But anyway, the story behind this machine. This machine is going to my friend Lori. Lori works at Mouse Creek Quilts on Route 9 in Howell, New Jersey. And I was there a couple of weeks ago meeting with another person who brought in a Featherweight for service. And Lori had indicated to me that she was looking for a second Featherweight. She already owns one, a very beautiful one, but she wanted another one that wasn't necessarily quite as perfect. Something that she could take when she goes traveling and not be as worried about it as she is her baby. So this is going to be that machine. As you'll see later on, this machine dates to 1938. So anyway, without any further ado, let's go back to the point where this thing hit the bench and I started taking it apart. This is the Featherweight. That's going to Lori. Like I said, it dates back to 1938. May 24th, I believe, is what serial number allocation date. She needs a good cleaning. Got the bobbin case out already, but I'm sure Lori's going to love it when it's done. See how nasty it is up front. Yeah, she's pretty gross. Alright, well, I normally defer to my dear friend Jennifer for stuff Featherweight related, but I'm not teaching anything here. I'm just going to take this apart and clean it and talk to you guys while I'm working on it. And we can talk about various things, whatever crosses what passes for a brain of mine, I guess. And so I can get the sucker clean and ready to go. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to doing this next Featherweight class later this month. Liz and I always have a lot of fun at Mouse Creek Quilts doing this. I don't really make any money doing those. Actually, I think the first two we did, I lost money doing them inadvertently. But the important part is the educational opportunity to show people that, yeah, you can work on these things. It's not rocket science. You know, we want you to have fun and be successful with your machine. And we don't look at this as trade secrets. We look at this as we want you to be able to fix it so you don't have to go running to a mechanic all the time. There. If you're wondering what that was all about with the Scotch-Brite, there's some shmoo on here. And if you knock the shmoo back a little bit with the Scotch-Brite, once you've loosened the sliding block, you can usually pop that right out without too much trauma. And let's get the needle bar out. Well, to get the needle bar off first, we're going to take off the, if I grab the right screwdriver. Oh, crap. Oh, here it is. Take off the needle clamp. But anyway, yeah, so like I said, we're doing that June 29th. We're going to have another one later this year, probably in October or November, something like that. And the cost of the class this time around is it's pretty reasonable. It's $40 itself for the 4 hours, which is dirt cheap for what you're getting. And then there's a $75 materials fee, which covers all of the tools and supplies. And incidentally, what we also provide The Featherweight shop makes that really nice refill kit for, oops, wrong one, for featherweight maintenance. And it, of course, has the oil pad, all the feet and everything. So we use one of those. And everybody gets one of those. Everybody gets the screwdriver sets. It's a whole bunch of brushes that we provide. All sorts of stuff. So, yeah, $75 as a fee may seem a little steep to some, but you're actually getting something for your 75 bucks. Besides just the privilege of cleaning your own machine. Alright, let's try this. This one is stuck. There it goes. That one did not want to come out. And I'm sure I'm going to get crap from somebody for just taking an impact driver to that. And yeah, the head got a little chewed, but I'm going to fix the head, so not a big deal. Although, some may say it is. Fix the head right now. Oh, you want to see what I'm doing? Okay, I'm sorry. I've got the screw that I just chowdered a little bit. I got that in the drill. Just lightly rubbing across there. This is 100 grit nail file. And that's going to get the chowdering off. And then we'll clean it up more with the finer grit. Okay. Oops. Try taking one that's already opened. There we go. Normally I would take this across the room and do this in my bench motor, but don't always have to do things in the bench motor. Okay, and that's all the chowdering is removed. And let's get the small PZ57 and screw head's perfect again. Alright. So we'll get that started back in. Alright. Not anywhere close to being tight, just in. And we will slide the needle bar out. You can see the needle bar is kind of gross. There's the clamp. And let's see what we have here. Alright. That does not want to play nice. Oops, that was too thick. Now this is an opposite thread screw. And just a little quick blip loosened that and nothing got chowdered up. So I know some people are probably looking in horror when I do that, but I'll show you. Nothing got chowdered. All right. Oi. That one doesn't want to come off either. All right. Some of these machines have been sitting around for so many years. They just get so jammed up. So rather than messing around with it, there. A quick hit with the impact driver throws enough torque on it real fast that the parts just fall off. And that's the way I like it. The parts just to come off. There we go. And there we go. That one actually loosened up nicely. All right. Oh, you would be that way. All right. There we go. Ooh, schmooey. You know, and these things are supposed to move nicely, but sometimes they do and sometimes they don't. All right. I am not going to take that out, but let me get a different perspective on this. Actually, I'm going to take this table off, this extension table off. Oh, that wants to fight as well. See, just one little clip. And if you don't know how to do this, then don't. If you're uncomfortable, or if you don't have experience with these type of tools, the impact drivers, then by all means don't use an impact driver. I'm just showing you, I've done enough of this, and I'm comfortable enough with the tools I'm using, I can get away with it. Doesn't mean everybody can, so I'm not advocating it. I'm just showing how I do it. Okay? Let's make that abundantly clear. Go ahead and take the upper thread tension mechanism off and apart. Let me grab another little container I can put crap into. Yeah, this is nice and filthy as well. Okay. Let me get the size. There we go. That will loosen the stud to get the stud out. There we are. So that's out of the way. We can leave that thread guide in place. Let me put my apron back on. Okay. I'm going to move you guys into a different position. Now,
there's a lot of discoloration and crud in here, which I want to get out. What you're about to see, I am not advocating that others try this. It works for me. Whether that means I get away with it or it just works for me, regardless, I'm not advocating people try it. Alright. Small cut brush, or that's actually a large cut brush on flexible shaft. I'm going to clean these parts off on the interior here. Smaller brush. Alright. Okay. Yeah, that got a lot of the crud out of there. Is that an approved method? Works for me. I don't recommend it. Once again, it's like using the impact driver. Just because you see me do it doesn't mean, and get away with it, doesn't mean your results will be exactly the same. Your mileage, as always, may vary. So, take it with a grain of salt, kids. Alright. Insides are clean. What's going on down here? He's making a lot of noise. It's just noise here. Okay, I'm going to put her bobbin case back on for a minute. See if she still makes noise with her bobbin case in place. I'd hate to think that I'm going to be doing a different machine than this one, but I might be. Oh no. Look inside behind the hook. I don't know if you can see that. That's packed. Let's pull the hook off. Oh my God, is that thing packed. Like I said, we're cleaning this puppy. We're gonna make it nice for Lori. I just took this machine out of my storage area. I have never taken this machine apart before. I bought it. God, I don't know how long ago it was I bought this one. I bought this from a guy on Staten Island. He had it listed on Facebook Marketplace. And he was initially asking, well, he was asking $50 for it. And my wife and I were sitting at the diner and having breakfast one Sunday morning, and he had just posted it. We're sitting at the Yellow Rose Diner in Keyport, New Jersey, and I immediately contacted him, told him I wanted to buy it. He didn't say anything else. He gave me his address. We finished breakfast. We went up to Staten Island, and when we got there, I'm like, I'm glad you let me buy this, because I'm not going to give you $50. I'm going to give you $200 because it's worth at least that. I mean, it was in pretty rough shape. It was filthy and all. It's going to take a lot of work to clean it. I knew that. But I said, I am not going to steal this from you. Now, some people might say $200 for a featherweight is too little. And I would agree if it was in pristine condition. But, yeah. Anyway, he happily took my $200. I happily drove away. And actually, it wound up costing me a lot more than that, because just the tolls to get to Staten Island from New Jersey, it's like $17 or something like that. Whatever the outer bridge crossing is, it's like $16.50 or $17, something like that. But and the weird thing is, if where Liz and I live walking distance to the beach, or I should say to a beach on the Raritan Bay. And if I walk up to the beach, I can practically see the guy's house. He lives just on the other side of the bay on Staten Island, and he was real close to the bridge. If I had made more of a note of where his address was, I could determine exactly how far he is, but you know, as the crow flies. Alright, here comes the hook. Hook is off, and oh, look at all that crud in this. But hold on, something I want to show you here. See all this thread wrapped around that? Well, there are those out there that will sell you a tool. It's wrapped all up inside this hook assembly too. They will sell you a tool to quote-unquote clear a thread jam. It leaves that crap in there. It doesn't take it all out. So in my book, in my opinion, that's not really clearing the thread jam, is it? But I mean, it might break the threads, but it's not clearing a damn thing. Alright, still make a lot of noise? Look at that, she doesn't make noise anymore. Amazing. Absolutely amazing. You get this crap out, and all of a sudden she's quiet. Alright. Okay. Let's take a look at, actually, let me take this spool pin cover thingy off so I don't bend that up. I'm going to go ahead and put that in with the upper thread tension mechanism. Light bulb out of here because we're going to put in an LED anyway. Alright, let's take a look at what the gears look like with the wires to the light. The wires to the light, that looks good. I'm not going to mess with that. The wires for the motor look good. Not going to mess with it. The gears are not super cruddy. but I will clean them a little bit. And once again, I'm going to terrify people. And once again, I am not advocating that anybody do this. This is just a shortcut that I take that helps get these gears cleaner. So, turn that way down. Alright, crud is out of those. Let's take a look up top. Oh yeah, top is disgusting. How the hell? There's thread up top. Oh, maybe it's not. Okay. Alright, well we're going to clean that out now. Get this crud out. First get this excess greasy crap off of here. I'm not a fan of grease on these gears. I'm a huge fan of oil on them, but not grease. So, might have to do that with a cup brush. I'm going to do that with a cup brush. There's a lot of crap that's actually glued to the parts in here. So, I'm going to unglue it with a cup brush. Like I said, this might freak people out. If it does, sorry. Just getting the excess grease off the counterbalances and stuff like that by just blasting it off. Can't really do the gears that well with this like that, but that gets the worst of that crap off of there. So at least it stands a chance of starting clean up top now. And I did get some of the teeth of at least of the top gear. And let's get the, you know what I'm seeing here that I don't like. Looking down into the connecting rod, I'm seeing orangey stuff, which is actually varnish from old oil. So I'm going to put some Croil in there and spin this vigorously. Likewise, I'm going to put it on this cam here. And on these gears, I'm going to put some Croil and spin that vigorously. And that'll help clean that off of there. Yeah, the Croil is cutting the crap off of it. We're going to use regular sewing machine oil after I suck out some of this extra here. Okay. Thing to remember is that new oil will clean the crud, the varnish from the old oil off. So okay, well I'm going to let that sit and soak for a while. That's all I'm going to have on this episode. Thanks a lot for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.